Right, okay, I think that's a few minutes of silence, which will never make the cut, so let me pause again. Okay, hello everyone. It's another week, another stream. This week we're back to hobby. Uh, as you can see by the table, there's a lot going on here, and I'll explain it all and talk through what some of the plans will be today, and we'll see what we do or don't do, I guess. Um, I'm just doing my usual stuff where I'm sharing links and posting on Instagram and stuff like that. So just bear with me, uno momento, por favor. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hope you're having a good week. Been an interesting week for me this week, but we're on the up. Got what have we got? No, I don't know if I'm doing anything later on. Just sorting more stuff out. This is what you see on the table is a like an accumulation of different things that have been on hold, especially since doing the gaming event and selling there, which went really well. I don't think I've done one of these since. Um, and then on Saturday, Sunday, me and Jamelia will be at a market. We'll be selling at a market as well. So we'll be at another event. So I'll probably do another hobby stream after the weekend as well. I guess to talk through some of that stuff as well. But yes, I'm just finishing up my sharing, and then we'll be good to go and do some things. So bear with me, uno momento. If you have joined, you know how it is. Got to share all the stuff. I should do this early. Really, I should set the thing to go the pop up to go up earlier so that I you know. Trying to find where the. This is when I find out I didn't schedule a post for today. No, I did schedule a post today to go live. Let me know if you can hear me okay as well. I had to sort the mic out because it wasn't connected. I think where I haven't used it for a little while. You're probably seeing my arm now. Just give me a moment. Ready as ever. When I upload this to YouTube, I'll probably cut out most of this bit just to. Well, you know how it is. Oh yeah, it should have gone. It should be live. Maybe I've published this. It says unable to publish. Well, I've got loads anyway. If this is such a problem, I'll just reshare it because this is being a temperamental git, as they say. Oh, there you go. It's published. Okie dokie. Don't know why it took so long, but it did. Sorry, I won't be much longer. That's a poll. I don't want that. You wouldn't think I've been using this or I don't know what I was going to say. Hashtag all this time, Instagram all this time. Oh, I think I've just shared that onto my own story. Onto the podcast story. That wasn't smart. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. There it is. Let me share it again. Blimey. Okay, that's all done. So, hello everyone again. I guess this is me saying hello again. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good week. And yeah, as I was saying before, I'll probably edit that out because I was doing all that other stuff that you'll probably not see now. Bit of a mixture of stuff this week. I've got some stuff I've not been working on, which is I've got these Astra Militarum models, cheap. I've got a squad really cheap, and it came with loads of the bits. So the person I got them off of, obviously built them, and not put the heads on so they could paint the heads individually, and they basically said on the listing this was a project that they decided they weren't continuing. So I decided to obviously buy these because they were in good nick, and it was a good price. So what I'm doing is I'm just clipping the rest of the bits off because they came on the sprue, putting them in my bits box for the Astra Militarum. I have an Imperial Guard bits box that's separate because, well, it's different. Yeah, I've put all my Astra, anything like modern Astra stuff's gone in here. I know you're probably saying, what about the arms? Because obviously these sets match. I mean, I could probably snip around these if I really wanted to, but for the most part, I'm not too fussed. Although this one and this one, these two probably go together, to be totally honest. So I could probably try and snip those together, so at least it's two arms. Because the rest of these, some of them have like the second arm, but I've got the rest left over anyway. So yeah, okay. Let's try and see if I can snip this off together. So yeah, so you'll see me doing this because I just haven't got round to doing it, to be quite honest. And then once I've finished doing this, I will move on to the next job. I'm thinking I might build something today, something that I needed to build up, and I've had help from the Honourable Gentleman, Mr. Chris, with his generosity, as always. Yeah, so I've got like a model, planned model, and I'll talk through and show you who I'm going to be what I'm going to be working on. I guess is the easiest way to talk about it. I think I'm going to try and mix these Thursdays up. So maybe when I am on my own, maybe I won't do as many hobby videos. So see if I can, because obviously I usually have guests with me. So I'll see if like maybe I can do it where like it's bi-weekly. So bi-weekly I'll do hobby, then gameplay. I don't know. Maybe I'll just stick to keeping to doing hobby because we've got going to start like the impromptu streams for games and stuff as well. But anyway, we'll see. If any of you have watched the previous streams or watching them once I've uploaded them to YouTube, which most of them are up now from the other hobby videos, you'll know that I've been working on my Space Marine chapter project, which I'm still working on slowly. I had to pause it obviously because we had the event. I haven't worked on anything. So yeah. So yeah, there we are. Right, I think this is the first sprue done. No. Just this set of arms to go. There we go, there's the other arms. So I've got two out of that, I guess. That's crazy. Then I have to get these sprues recycled at some point. I need to go up to GW because I've got my 3 models sat there waiting as it goes. I don't know when I'll be doing that. Right, so that's sprue 1. And here we have sprue 2. This is a lot of odds and sods, so it's not so bad. Drop that. I'll cover that in a minute. I dropped one of the bits. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're in the comments, let me know what hobby projects you're working on at the moment. I'm always looking for inspiration, especially on my Instagram. If you see some of the stories I share, if you follow Starline Forge on Instagram, there's lots of cool stuff on there. Even some bits where I'm starting to sort of reach out to some of the people that design some of the kit bashes that they've made, and you know, sort of getting ideas and inspiration from them, especially with like camouflage and stuff as well. I've been asking a lot about that, so yeah. Did that one. I think that's it on that one. There we are. Right, so you got to see the boring thing of me doing the sprues. I don't think I'm going to work on these. I don't think I'm going to work on these Cadians in this video. Just because I've got some other stuff and the heads aren't done. Although I guess I could paint the bodies up if I really wanted to. There we are, I'm just going to take a sip of water. Yeah, that's my bit. Oh, there's some bits here. That's my bits box. Now I'm just going to use the heads these came with. They came in some humongous bag, but they've already... I can't see. Yeah, it looks like they've put paint on the model to get started. So I think... Oh, there's one there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's one head that hasn't got any paint on. It looks like they've started on the others, so I'll probably just use these heads anyway. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, let me take. I'm going to take these Cadians out of shot, because I don't know if as I said, I don't think I'm necessarily going to work on them today, so I'll just take them out of shot just to be sure. And then the other thing I'm not working on today that's on the table, because again it's another project I wanted to start that I hadn't got around to starting, is our dear Aquilons from Hivestorm. Oh, I took that scenery out. Interesting. So I haven't actually really looked through this book. So, got our Aquilons that I'm going to make, but I'm actually planning to make these into an ODST design. And realistically, the only real thing that means for me is I'm just going to change the heads. I'm going to get some ODST helmets printed out. Again, I'm very much like, typically I would try and stick to GW bits and stuff when using this type of stuff, but I feel like I want to be a bit adventurous with these chaps, because these are pretty cool, especially with the jump pack. So yeah, plan will be that these guys are going to show up as ODST, so change the helmets around. Hopefully it looks pretty cool, and we'll see. And then if they don't look cool when I dry fit them, I can just use the normal heads instead. So while that is the plan, I'm not necessarily going to do that today. Or if I get time, which, you know, that we got a few hours with me, I might even prep the models off the sprue, and then we can see where we are from there. But yeah, for now, that's not what I'm necessarily going to work on right now. So I'll put this to one side. What I do need is a hobby knife, so give me a second. I knew I forgot something when I started. Hobby knife, super glue, and liquid cement. So, my actual plan today that I think I'm going to do is, and again, I know I'm putting off painting these, but again, if you've seen my streams, you know, I've talked about like when and how painting and when to paint and all that stuff. So these will get painted. Just right now, it's not on my. Well, it's not on the radar for this stream. Oh, it will be later on. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things. But this here is what I'm planning to work on. You can see a few different bits in there. You might reckon. Well, you can't because I haven't shown the thing. But there's a few different bits in there. I'm sure I can see there's a bit that some of you will recognise. I am planning to build my own Ancient in Terminator armour. That being because sorry, what was this email? I want to build him because he is an old model on the app, which means one of two things. Means GW haven't got rid of him yet, or the other better thing is that they just are revising his model, right? So I'm going to get the model up and show you. So on the app, I'm literally missing a chaplain with jump pack, which is the Blood Angels one. So I could do that. Might be my next project to make one of him, but obviously not a Blood Angel. Then you've got Captain Sicarius, which I'm waiting for them to do a new model of, because I'm sure he's due one, especially after we had all the new releases of all the other like chapter masters and stuff like that. I'm sure, but this chap, Ancient in Terminator. I think this chap's quite easy to just replicate, especially because of the bits I've got and stuff. I think he's going to be quite an easy do. So this is what I'm going to be making, an Ancient in Terminator armour. I think I've got all the appropriate bits, and again, as I said, Chris was very generous and gave me some banners from the Horus Heresy kit. I've got two in here, so I've got the big flag banner, which I'm in two minds about using, or I've got like this Roman style, you know, like the plinth type one, which I'm a little bit more drawn towards, just because it'll make my Ancient that much more, or that little bit more unique. Depends on how you feel about how unique it will look. So yeah, so I'm thinking this one, and the hand will be different because I need to take the hand off, so it'll be on his left hand rather than the right, like it is in the picture. Yeah, I've got loads of bits. Loads of bits here. I've got like the bits prepared, at least collected, prepared. Yeah, let's look at what we've got. So yeah, I've got the body. Yeah, so there's all sorts of like greeblies here, and you know, decide what I use. You got stuff like this for the top, like this. The eagle. I should probably use the Ancient as a little bit more of the reference material. Let me just go back to the app. Yeah, like I've got different, like the leg pieces, depending on what I want to use, which is why I need the hobby knife for the clippers, because I haven't fully cleaned everything yet, as of yet. I think Chris did prepare these for me, maybe. Oh. Yeah, it's... I think that one's the flag one, so that one's not going to work on... Nope. That's this one. Yeah, so you got the flag there, which is like the traditional one for the Ancient. Maybe I'll just build both like this, and we can work it out. Yeah, because I guess in the image he's got one of these, not necessarily one of these. But as I said, I do like this one a little bit more, because they're a little more sophisticated, stand out a little bit more. Again, this is a custom one, so I don't have to necessarily conform completely to the... Yeah, I think there's something about this one I like. I'm just going to have to get this finger off, get the thing off. Maybe... Anyway, they're the banners, and there's the top, so I've got to decide how I want the top. I can't see it. Hang on, let me get a picture up of the Ancient, because I can't see the top of the banner. Oh, it does have, on the image I've just seen, it has like an eagle on the top. So maybe that one. Maybe. Oh yeah, then there's this little dot, isn't there? Yeah, that dot goes into the eagle, I think. Or there. Again, anyway, I can conform to whichever thing I feel appropriate. But yeah, let's get this boy started. Right, I can't remember the last time I built one like this, so this is going to be interesting. Interesting making sure I don't screw this up. Yeah, looks right. Yeah, I do need to prep some of it. I got all these bits off eBay. I can't remember the name of the shop, so I apologise. But I managed to pick all this stuff up on eBay, and because Chris had supplied the banner, it turned out not to be as expensive as it could have been. Because trying to get any sort of banner through any bit site's almost impossible, because the ones I use always seem to be out of stock, but it's still advertising that are a bits box thing type of thing. And then eBay, people just obviously charge through the roof, so you're out of luck there as well. That's a good thing about having friends, ain't it? They can lend you some stuff. Okay, there'll be something else with. And I had some like leftover arms, because I actually purchased a couple of Terminator bits, one from Merfield Miniatures, and then the other from another was it eBay or Vinted? I can't remember which listing it was. but I picked up some stuff from there as well. Does that touch the back? I feel like Let's prepare the chest section, or the core section even. There we go. So I think actually I might glue this section in first. Let's go. Gluing the lower chest cavity in, or the core area, and then I'm going to glue that in. Yeah, okay, that looks better if I do it that way. Okay. You can't hear or whoever the person is outside shouting. There's that. There we are. That's the chest done. Again, I'm doing like the bits that I'm using. The bits that I'm using all the stuff where it's going to have greebles and stuff on because it's an ancient. I want it to look like an ancient, and then I'm using this is the I don't know you're going to be able to see this. This is the closest thing I had. There you go. To like the helmetless ancient, so I'm just going to use him. I guess that can go back to the bits box at some point. And then the power fist. Once I've done that, that's going to hold this. So it'll probably be that. I'll glue that half there. Maybe just glue this part up here, or I can figure that out actually. Because to be fair, I could technically glue this on, glue that on, cut away where the hand is, cut away again, and then just glue that top bit to there. Oh yeah, maybe I could just cut the hand away, to be fair. Might look a little short. That doesn't matter. Let's see, I haven't got the jumping the gun again. So, next are the legs. So, again, I'll be using any and all bits with like greebly stuff on. So this one's got like the command skull, the cross, command cross, and then literally forgot the name of them. My brain is failing me today, apparently. I've got another one with a purity seal. Sorry, there we go. Finally, illuminate. And I've got another one where it's just got a purity seal on it again because it's an ancient. So I won't need these two bits. They can go back in there. I've got like these bits, although they don't seem to. How the hell are they going on there? Oh, this is on the legs. Oh yeah, dots on the legs. And I've got like, yeah, cool, okay. Let's prep the legs, shall we? Let's see what we're working with. Glue this on because this one's already prepared. Oh, actually, maybe I'll glue the. Yeah, let me glue these bits on first. Let's get this glued down. That's number one, and yeah, that'll sit in there nicely. I'd usually say get rid of the mould lines. I got rid of them here, but you don't normally have to. Too tough. Right, let's get this bad boy on. Let's get you on. Just gluing the left leg on now, in case you can't see. I will eventually sort the camera angle out. I feel like a top-down view is better. I just if I had it the up facing towards me, that would probably make more sense, to be fair. But here we are. But I'll figure it out. Cool, right, that one's attached. Oh, that's cut a bit too deep. Let's just scrape that back to normal. There we go. Yeah, that went a bit too far in, so that's why you can't see me. I think that's, yeah. Right, let's get this one glued up. There we are. one will sit nicely there. Yeah, it's a good powerful stance. You could pick from the bodies, but I picked one where they're kind of good, like the model's going to have like a good like feeted position. And then I'll figure out the base. It's going to be the same as the others, where it's that like dust, desert, moon style that I was going for. The dry earth, cracked earth. Cool. Hello, welcome. Yeah, cool. No worries. I had a big bowl of porridge this morning, so I'm good till this afternoon before gym. Yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, it's got like the right angle and cool. Right. Okay. So they're the shoulders that I got. These are like I think these are the slightly older generation, but it doesn't matter with what we're working with, to be honest. Little greablies that I'll put in some stuff. Okay, do you know what I might do? I'm going to put some Twitch safe music on, because I can actually see the chat from the angle. I have it on the big screen, so so I can see. But I think I'm going to put a little bit of musage in the background. Oh yeah, I forgot I got that. What I want to put on the top. Interesting, because it's a bit of a weird. Yeah, I'll figure that out. That looks like it'll be alright anyway. Right. Hello. What am I doing? That's a good question. I'm currently putting on some Twitch safe. Oh no, it's on Spotify. Some Twitch music, safe music. So it's like non-copyrighted music, just to have on in the background. But I am working on a model at the moment. I'll show that off in a second. Once I have got this going. If I can find it, because I haven't used this playlist for a little while. Where are we? Now, if I just search Twitch, I'm sure it will come up. There we go, no copyright music. There we go, put that in the background to wipe my glasses. Hope you're having a good morning. There we go. This is what I'm working on at the moment. It's a Terminator. This is going to be a custom project because there's a model that I believe I can make without needing to wait for Games Workshop to do it, and I'll show you that as well. Where is it? So it's this chap. Focus, please. There we go. Ancient in Terminator armor. It's an old model. Games Workshop haven't made a new one yet, and it's still on the app, so it's either going to get a new one or it's not. But I'm going to make my own one because it's relatively simple. It's just a Terminator and then a banner, really, is what I'm making. So yeah, multitasking as usual, especially when you're working. Definitely building. I haven't decided if I'm going to paint yet, just because I've got a couple of another project I'm working on that I'm contemplating whether I start that on the stream as well. So it might just be a building stream this week because I've got the excuse to actually start doing that stuff. But we'll see. For now, it'll definitely be building this chap up. What side does his I can't remember what side the command. I can't remember what side the command thing goes on. I think it's the left arm. So it's the arm with the back that the banner's going to be on. So that will go on this side, and then this shoulder where it's just got the lapel thing there is going that way. So I'm going to glue this down now. So that when I put the arm on. Yeah. Oh. It's going to matter too tough, but we'll take it off anyway. Yeah, that looks. Cool, okay, that shoulder's okay on there for the dry fit. Now I'm going to glue it on in a second. Yeah, okay, and then glue this bad boy down. Get on my bloody finger like I am. Because then that'll go. Yeah, cool. Okay. Looks like it's fully all the connection points are hitting. And then yeah, and then yeah, cool. Okay. It's coming along. Got all the other greebles that I'll figure out once. Oh, I probably should have glued this on. Oh boy. Hang on. Right, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use both the nice flashy ones. So let's get. There we go. So what I'm doing at the moment is like the little waist armor panels that they have on Terminators. I guess all models. Well, no, they don't actually. There's only really Terminators that have these, but I forgot to glue this one on before putting the arm on. Rookie mistake on my part. I mean, realistic. Yeah, the arm's not even. Hang on. Cool. Okay. That works. Cool. Figured that out. I should probably do the other side, shouldn't I, while I'm here before I put the other arm on like a silly billy. See where we're at. There we go. I've still got to put that on. That's the hand for that left arm, but I'll wait until it's a bit more solidified, and then I've got to do the work on the arm. Right, this prepared. Let me check this arm. Maybe I need to do some repairs on it. I feel like with this arm, I'm better off actually getting the bits glued on now. I'll let that dry. Let's glue this together. Saying that, now that I've done that, I feel like I'm going to have to cut back some of this bit oh well, okay. No, I'm going to have to cut into that a little bit. If I put that, glue that there, I can probably glue that there. I'll probably use a bit of green stuff to keep that in place as well, I reckon. Maybe I could get the head put in here, maybe? Yeah, I could do. Let's get the head in here. looks good. Cool. Now, once I've done that, I've got all these bits. I feel like once, in fact, let me get the shoulder on that arm. Is what I'm going to do. Oh, just a bit. Let's get this glued on. Let me dry fit. Oh, if I put that there, I think it'll... Oh, this is going to be a bit of interesting work, to say the least. Because now that that hand's on there, I'm not feeling as confident about its position. I guess... Yeah, because it's slightly ajar, actually. If I put it there, that might be alright, actually. Right, do you think that's dry? Okay. So, I mean, I could try snipping the hand off. Let's see how this goes. It'll give me a bit more to work with. Hello, welcome back. What food have you got? What did you prepare? Right, that is going to break that off. That's an interesting combo, I guess, but sure. What restaurant did you go to last night? What was the restaurant? I forgot to ask. That or you've told me and I've forgotten anyway. That's my usual motif that I've just forgotten. Sabrina can vouch for that. Okay, that wasn't so horrific to get that hand off. I'm going to say... Bless me. What cuisine? snip it like here. Kind of like a French bistro. Oh gosh. Oh no. One of the heads went walkies. Got it. Crisis averted. Kind of like French bistro. I had ribeye steak. There was burgers, fish and chips, truffle fries, mussels all over the table. Calamari burrata. It was nice. Cool. Okay. How was the calamari? You know, we have to check in and review the calamari. That decides if we go to a place. Oh really? Oh, okay, good. Okay, that's still the winner. To be honest, me and Sabrina still talk about that restaurant. So maybe we need to do another trip back very soon. Actually, where's my liquid green stuff? I know what I'm going to do. I am going to put a bit of green stuff around this bit to secure it a bit better. Where's my crappy brush to do this with? Do this one. Cool, that's done there. Sugar me dumplings. No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely get Chris going, although he won't eat the calamari because he doesn't eat shellfish. Jose's calamari shellfish, isn't it? I think. Maybe. But yeah, we'll bring Chris anyway because all the food was good. I didn't realise of the calamari. Two portions, two portions each, definitely, 100%. Oh, is it prawn? Oh, I just assumed it was shellfish in general. Okay, even better. And for anyone watching this back on YouTube, we went to a restaurant on my birthday, and it was some of the best calamari we'd ever had. In case you're confused as to why we're having a calamari conversation, because I imagine that's quite confusing watching this on YouTube after a stream when you're not there for the conversation. A topic for debate, yeah. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. Cool. Does anyone have much planned today? Do you have much planned today? Or nothing at all? Just chilling, relaxing, outside of school? God, the wind's strong. I thought it was raining 2 seconds ago. You're dead. Yeah, I can imagine you've had a busy week. I wanted to get that thing clean. Scan Monday and the next Monday. Okay. I completely forgot. Yep. Oh, you're Kylo. Oh, speaking of Kylo, when we went to the cinema, there's a film. I'm sure you're going to probably guess what we're about to say. What I'm about to say for us is, you know, that horror film that's told from the perspective of the dog. I think Kylo should go see it. Ha! Yeah, so I was going to do some painting. So I think I'm just going to chill, maybe take a nap at some point. Yeah, I could do with a nap, but I probably won't. After the stream, I'll probably I'll get my gym stuff ready. We'll be me and Sabrina will be going gym later on tonight, so I'll probably get all that ready and just play games until then. What do you mean you don't want Kylo getting any ideas? Kylo needs ideas so that if you're attacked by some sort of evil spirit or something, she knows what to do. And yeah, if you're busy now on the Monday, maybe you want to come. If you could still do the podcast on the 19th, that'd be pretty cool. If there's no so yeah, maybe that'd be a good one for you to join, because that would be the episode I talk about the market. But again, it's no stress if you can't. I'll send you about your podcast, but so you never know, maybe some mistake, maybe later on listening. Yeah, that'd be cool. And if they listen to the podcast, maybe we can get them on a stream and stuff as well. That'd be pretty cool. But we'll see anyway. Who knows? But thank you. That's pretty cool. Appreciate it. I need help deciding. Do I do these wings, or, which is the one I'm kind of swaying towards, is the eagle on the top. Sorry, it's blurry. It's because I need to hold it. I can't get it to focus. But I feel like the eagle's a better one to choose. Well, yeah, that's true. She'll. Yeah, eagle. Thank you. That's one vote for eagle. Sabrina, do you want to give us your vote if you can? That is, because I know you're working. Cut this down right here. This is a scary part. Oh, is it? It's either the wings with the circle, or the eagle on the top. I'm swayed to the eagle. Jamelia voted eagle. You can't really see that like that. Sorry, I can't hold it because I'm trying to hold it and give focus. There's an eagle on the top. Cool. Thank you. feel like I need to put the arm on to really gauge how this is going to look. Yeah, I'm going to put this arm on. I need to gauge how this is going to look. And then I'll put that on there. I need to figure out a way to get this on underneath at an angle. The other option is that I drill a hole. I don't think that'll help either, to be honest. No, I'll do it my conventional way. That's going to be more work for me, but you know. So I'll put some green stuff on here instead. No, I can do super glue and then green stuff. Not super glue, liquid cement and then green stuff. Try this out, see if this works a bit better. Yeah, I probably should have drilled a hole through this just to make a straighter thing. Hang on, I've got an idea. Let me see if I can find the tool that I need. Ah, it's in here. There we go, I have found it. So I'm going to try and drill a hole into this hand. I need to match the thickness of the... It might be a bit too thick. Let's see what I can do. too small. No, this is this bit anyway. No, that's too small for that one. I need to get a new drill bit, to be fair. This one's not great. Be helpful if it went into the thing. Right, let's get it through. It's a little too small, but I'm drilling through, so that's the main thing. Hello, hello, welcome. Yeah, I think this will work. Okay, so I've got through that way. I think I've just about destroyed that thing, but that's fine. These are going to be ultramarines. I'm just currently making, so I'm making this chap. This chap is going to be Ancient in Terminator armor, but I'm making my own one because the GW's one's a bit too old, so I needed the right scale and proportions. But I'm currently drilling a hole in the power fist because I need to fit this banner on. Yeah, blueberry box, but yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, the Smurfs, as some would say. I think I need to drill a little bit into this bit. Yeah, I think most people do know the memes over the minis, to be honest. That's usually the case. Oh, is that me? That's moved away. That's not good. Need to make this a bit bigger. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's, you know, you walk into a games workshop and there's just a Smurf there. So yes, you're right. Slightly bigger one. Yeah, this will do. Right. Yeah, to be honest, it happens most times when you go into a Games Workshop. Independent stores, it's not so bad, but... I'm trying to get the banner to fit into the arm, which I decided to... I chose violence when it came to this because I could have made this a bit easier from the beginning, but I didn't. There we go. I think that's a bit of a better... I think that's a better size. Yeah, so if I now do... Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a odd shaped. Anyway. Yeah, it's a shame how they feel about the... It's a shame how they feel about the 3D printing stuff. They could really tap into a market and help people with that. But they choose not to. Yeah, blue box sheet, yeah. Oh yeah, the prices, and they're going up. They're going up very soon, so we've got that joy to deal with as well. Where's my handle gone? There it is. Okay, that didn't want to stay, but that's fine. But then the only thing about Games Workshop is I do like their models, so it's a catch-22 situation. Yeah, some of those kits are crazy, to be fair. Okay. I mean, even in the US, I think the US is pretty rough as well, to be fair. I think they have to deal with... and Australia, they deal with like a crazy upmark on the prices. I know that for a fact. Oh, that's actually worked out pretty well. Okay, I think I've got that. Okay, the bottom part's on. I've just got to figure out this top bit, because this top bit's being a bit of a pain. Maybe if I just put loads of super glue there, that'll figure itself out. Do you think what I could do before I do that? Right now I'm shaving this down because it doesn't seem to fit. I think my attempts with green stuff have caused more hassle for me than intended. Oh yeah, that's cool. I like it when I see games where you can just make it out of stuff and you don't have to buy anything. They're good. I like those. Like I bought someone designed like a card game, but you just had to you didn't have to pay for it per se. It was like a shipping thing on Kickstarter, so I did that because it just means you can get more people playing it. Poor Hammy. PixelForge. So the reason it's called PixelForge is me and my friend Sean. We do our podcast, and Pixel is to represent the gaming element that he covers, and then Forge is to cover like the Warhammer element and like calls to like fantasy and sci-fi, because you kind of can have forges in both fantasy and sci-fi. That's the main reason for the name. I think I've got that just about. Just that the arms moved ever so slightly. Oh, pixel art. Yeah, that's cool. I like pixel art. But yeah, no, pixel is for the video game element of our podcast, basically. I actually think I've got the pole down to a T. I just need to let it dry. So that's what he'll look like so far. And then Faye, for you, I'll show you what he's meant to look like. Give me a second. He's meant to look like this chap. Meant to look like that. So I've still got some bits and stuff to add to him, but yeah, the idea is that he's going to be my ancient for that. So because GW haven't released a new model, and when they have new models imaged on the app, it either means that they're going to make the new model or they're not going to make the new model, and then it'll get removed off the app pretty soon. So I'm just making my own to not take the risk. And I think once this is dried, I need to do some green stuff and fix some of the fingers on this chap, because I've bent them out of place where I was getting the drill bit in there. But yeah, that is I'm quite happy with that. Actually quite happy with that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That worked out better than expected. I was worried the pole was going to be an absolute git, which it kind of was, but it's worked out even better than I hoped. I think drilling it is what's ensured that that's worked out okay. Right, won't need green stuff for the minute. I've destroyed this brush, but it was nice and cheap, so it's okay. Right, I don't need the drill bits anymore. Faye, what are you up to today? Are you doing any art, or are you just chilling? Or I guess you are chilling because you're in this stream, but I don't think I'm going to drill it anymore. I think I can actually put it away. Alright, I need to sort the top of this out now. Yes, ice cream's always good. The weather's better today here in London. It's a bit more sunny than it was the last couple of days where it was raining, so I don't have any ice cream. Maybe I'll treat myself to ice cream later on. Right, that's the eagle done, so I'm not going to need you anymore. Got the bullet piles there. I've got the heavy bolt. Now, this heavy bolt, this storm bolt is pretty much like the normal one. I couldn't get one where we had the ammunition trail out of it, and I think it's fine because, again, it's my own one, so it's not like it's the end of the world. I'm actually really impressed by the pole on that. I've managed to get it to come out the way it did, because I was worried because of the angle of the arm. I was worried because of the angle of the hand, it'd be difficult to get the pole to come out, but where I've drilled it, as I said, I've destroyed the hand a little bit, but that's fine because I'll tidy that up once it's dried. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now I need to glue the eagle on. And then I need to decide if I want any more greebles because I've got more purity seals and oh yeah, I wanted to stick this on the bottom of the bolter. Oh, good. Cool. I'm glad you're chilling. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the game? Was it still too early? Yeah, as per usual. Yeah, I'm chilling as per usual as well, to be fair. That sounds like me. I got that on the gun as I wanted. And I've got a few purity seals left, but maybe I don't need to add too much more. Got seal there, seal there, seal there. Maybe on like the arms, maybe. Jamelia, what ice cream are you going to have? What have you got? You got Ben and Jerry's? I feel like it's a Ben and Jerry's you'll be having. Yeah, let me put a purity seal at the back. Half baked. Is that some sort of like drug innuendo or? let's get purity seal on the back here. Let me use this stuff. Half cookie dough, half brownie. Okay, that's interesting. Cool. Yeah, to be honest, the one I like the most, and you're all going to laugh, is the birthday cake, to be honest. Okay, full deep dive. It's called Will of the Woods, and it's a hex-crawling strategic tabletop game about the insects and small critters fighting over natural resources on a dying world. Okay, that's cool. I worked on it for 2 years and on and off. And I'm currently in the process of redesigning certain factions and balancing it. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty cool actually. Hex grid is what hex crawling strategic. Yeah, that's cool. Is it just insects from critters? Is it like several factions, or is it just two like 1v1, or is it like a 4-player birthday cake? Yeah, of course, birthday cake. What other ice cream am I going to enjoy? Do you know what I mean? No, I didn't have it yesterday. I just had normal vanilla because that's all they had at the Odeon. Really, I like mint chocolate chip. That's up there with like top 3, I reckon. Mint chocolate chip ice cream is awful. Wow, that is a hot take actually. Although I think some people would agree with you quite confidently. Do I need these other purities? I feel like this is all greebled up. There's purity there, that there, purity there. Put one at the back here because why not? Yeah, I think he's okay as he is, actually. We've got the thing at the back. You can't even eat it. Wow, okay. Really not a fan. Bit of extra support for that. Oh yeah, I did have this shield thing I wanted to put some. Maybe I could just stick that there. Oh yeah, that'd be sick there. I feel like I'm going to make this model and then not want to paint it, but there we are. Mango. Alright, BRB, I'm going to get my ice cream. I've just been sitting here dozing out. Alright, enjoy your ice cream. Mango ice cream and strawberry ice cream are super under. Yeah, like a mango sorbet is really good. Yeah, I agree with that. They are kind of underrated. Chocolate and nuts. Yeah, mango sorbet is good. I like me a mango sorbet. That was a bit too much glue as well. Oops. Oh yeah, that's. I think that looks way better with the little shield on there, on the shoulder. Super ancient. He's ancienty up. I have. Yeah, this is cool as hell. Make sure I get this up on Instagram. Walnut jam ice cream. I've never heard of that. Looks amazing. Yeah, thank you very much. I need one of those spin. I didn't get one. I need to get one of those spinny things. So, this is when we had the dilemma that I've put that on and it doesn't. The gun's not gonna fit. Oh no. And that's removed as well. I need to shave some of the side of this gun off. Let's see if this fits. Okay, the model looks great, but I've guffed it when it comes to this gun because I've put it on the shield on before the gun, and now it does not fit, so I'm going to have to keep working on cutting this down. Still too much here. A little bit more. It should be good. Hopefully that's enough. Need more super glue. It's still a bit too edgy. This bottom bit that's giving me grief. Let's take this off. I think we're almost there now. There we go, much better. Let me check on the base. Yeah, that's better. I just had to shave some of that off, which is fine. Because the side profile, you can't really see that I've shaved it down. Yeah, we're going to do a passion project with no money attached to it. People will be able to download it for free and put it on a sheet of paper once it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It'll be good to know when that's up. I'll be interested to see how it plays and stuff. don't think I need any more of these purity seals. That for sure. So that, I think this is the finished model now. Plenty of ancient greebeliness on it. And then that's how the back looks. There's a little purity seal there. Pretty basic on the back, but yeah, like the groin piece there I added, and I've added like the little chain bit underneath the bolter. And then did I add anything else? And then yeah, the shield arm, added that, and then the purity seal at the back. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's going to be a bugger to paint, I can already tell. Maybe I'll get someone to paint it for me. Like my friend Chris, because he's very good at that. Had him host a workshop for us as well at one point for some painting for an event. So I'm sure I can ask him for help. Now the trick is, I could put it on like this 40mm base, just the wooden cutout one. I've got some pre-made bases as well that are a decent size. Maybe I can give him like a chapel-y, ancient-y looking one, but I need to decide like what base he would suit. Yeah, the fingertips are there. What I need to do now is just sort some of this out. That's it. And then you get a tint of green stuff just to cover this hand up to keep it in place. Just a tint of green. Oh. Yeah, happy with that. Very cool. So yeah, next will just be deciding what base to put him on. I think the Roman style banner suits him pretty well as well, which is good. I'm glad that's turned out like that. Well, that's that done. So that's the ancient done. Actually took a bit longer than I expected. That's alright. Yeah, perfection takes time. Not saying it's perfect, there's still some bits I need to work on, but I'm happy with how it's turned out. Will not complain. It's as good, but a little bit better than I expected. As I said, especially with the banner pogs, this was the bit I was worried about the most, being a bit of a problem to get on. So cool. Right, let's leave him there. He can stay there and wait while all the things dry and whatnot. And then the next thing. Cool, thank you very much. I'm glad you like him. I'm very happy about that. Have I used two different... Oh, gosh, have I used two different... Well, that's two brushes destroyed by green stuff, so there we are. Let's... Just the cut-offs and stuff. Let's put all these bits back in there. I'll put the bullets... maybe I can keep the bullets out. Keep them with him. So this, I was going to maybe try and paint, but I don't think I'm going to paint this week. I'll probably paint next week. So if you join me next week, you'll be able to see that, I think what I'm going to do is work on my Aquilons. So this is some more models. Oh, there's a hand there that I didn't. So they're from the set Hivestorm Kill Team set. Yeah, so I stream hobby stuff. I stream once a week on Thursday from 12 till 3. But I do like impromptu streams as well, and I do gaming as well, with Sean and our friends. And that can be anything. At the moment, we're playing Helldivers 2, Battlefield 2042, because we're doing the pass to get ready for Battlefield 6. And then I'll play some odd bits and odds and sods, like Destiny 2 and stuff like that. I've got some of it uploaded to ready to go on YouTube. It's going to premiere, I think, this week and next week. I'll have some gameplay videos up on our YouTube. But yeah, so hobbying, I aim to do once a week on Thursday at 12. Always doing hobby stuff, and then, as I said, sometimes there'll be gaming, and then gaming stuff can happen throughout the week. PixelForge plays. I'll type it into the chat for you, because we did PixelForge plays just because it's going to have gameplay on it as well. That's also where we upload our podcast. So we've got the podcast on Spotify, but we also upload onto YouTube. YouTube as well, because not everybody's got Spotify to listen to. There you go, the link's in there for you. I'm not sure what gameplay's out right now. Oh, it's all upcoming. I've got one of my older streams, so if you want to listen to that in the background while you do any of your own hobby, you can. That's there. But I think the gameplay is tomorrow, actually. The Battlefield 6 beta gameplay, that's it, is out tomorrow with Green.emo, who's in the chat as well, actually. So you have us playing that, and then, yeah, I've got like Helldivers and stuff coming as well, and then a lot of the podcast up until like episode 7 have no video, and then from episode 7 we have video as well, if you like to watch video bits and bops as well. But yes, so Hivestorm, the Aquilons are what I'm building. The plan for these will be is I'll 3D print some ODST helmets. And then once I've printed those, I'm going to make these guys into like ODST with jump packs. So the weapon options I'll pick may not necessarily be the optimum loadout, and that's fine, because I don't play as much as like build and paint. So I'll probably pick loadouts that kind of feel naturally similar to like ODST. Like you've got the Hotshot Las carbines and the pistols, they feel very ODST. The other stuff like the melter carbine and the plasma carbine, they're not as ODST, but I'll definitely take plasma because I'm a guard player, so plasmas are always what you take. I'll probably build these out to be very similar to like what you'd expect of ODST, I guess, depending on what options there are to pick. Yeah, I think you can make most of these Aquilons with the Hotshot Las rifle anyway. So in my head, that it looks similar to like an ODST SMG. So that's kind of what I'm thinking behind that. But I'll see if there's any cool ones. Like Dare uses a pistol. So you've got like you're welcome for the link, no problem. I'm back. Mum said my eyes are red. I've got ice cream though. Hopefully you get that sugar rush you're gonna need. So like there's this Aquilon. I'll try and show it. Sorry, because I've got the light on so you can kind of see stuff. This Aquilon with the knife, I'll probably do that and then theme that off of Dare from ODST. So there's that option as well. Oh, hello Unchained. Welcome. Hello. Faye, Unchained is the other chap you'll see in our podcast videos, and hear him if you don't watch the videos as well. So it's me and him, and then we'll trying to get guests, trying to get Green Dot on. Do you know what I mean? It's Joe Hendry. Oh, did you mean I did the Joe Hendry video for Battlefield, and the pictures didn't stick, so I need to figure out what CapCut's doing to not let me keep that on there, but we'll figure it out. And this one has dual pistols. Yeah, okay. Sure, let me show you. This is the project I was working on that I got the banner from Chris. This is a... Oh yeah, for getting rid of free stuff. Let me show you, actually, before I go on a tangent about that. So this is the Ancient in Terminator armor. I'm pretty sure I've shown you the picture before, but I'll show you again in a second. So this is my own take. And I'm very happy with him. And then I'll show you. So that's him, and then I'll show you what he's supposed to be. This is what he's meant to be. So that's the Ancient in Terminator armor, the old one. Sorry, I was not focusing. That's the Ancient in Terminator armor that he's supposed to be. And then yeah, the model is my own take. I think it's pretty close. It'll do. Hasn't got as much of a dynamic pose as this one, but I don't think that matters really. And yeah, CapCut. Yeah, I noticed the other day. I've managed to get around it anyway, but the other day it was trying to tell me that I needed premium features to like export audio and stuff. I was like, no, thank you. So yeah, I've got to keep an eye on CapCut and make sure it doesn't try any of that silliness again. But yeah, it won't pull the picture, so it must be that maybe it's that, and it's actually one of those free features where they're deliberately you can't do it unless you've got a paid subscription, which is a shame. Right, where am I? Let me clear the space a bit, 'cause it's a little bit crowded. There's that, there's that. I'll keep him let's put him here. I'll keep him sort of in view, watching over. And then let's get the good book down. So this is the Tempesta, so the Aquilon Commander. I need to decide what I do with him. Yeah, yes, please. Yeah, let me know what factions you've got and what if they've got unique traits and stuff. That'd be cool. Right. While you do that, I'm gonna check ODST. Thanks for the follow. I hope you've been enjoying the stream. Yeah, I might need an alternative. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, CapCut. Yeah. It's a shame, really, because it was fine before. But anyway, it's at least getting the videos out. The main thing is getting stuff up and visible for people, and then I want to experiment, but CapCut's not wanting to let me experiment. So yeah, I need to figure out an alternative now. Annoyingly. Right, okay, so if I'm looking, I'm going to go by, just so you know, I'm going to go by this image, if it focuses, which it probably won't. This image of the ODST from ODST. We have one that has an SMG, Dare has Rookie has an SMG, Dare has a pistol, so I know what I'm going to do. One's got a sniper, so he can be the hot shot long las, that'll do that. Now I've got Dutch and Mickey. One has a rocket launcher and a sniper, so I guess I can do the melter carbine and the plasma to represent them. And then Buck has a normal assault rifle, so I can probably do the hotshot las carbine that doesn't have the pouch. So actually I think I can do, and that's 6, and then there's 10 in this box, and then the others I'll just make up as other ODST, I guess. Now you could say, why don't you change the weapons? But I think I want to keep the weapons to make it easier if I ever use them. It makes it easier to identify. But I'm happy for the helmets, and then the color schemes for these guys will be similar to the color schemes from the ODST in the game. So like Dare's got that blue tint. I think, is it Dutch that's got like the brown colouring on him, and Romeo has blue on him and stuff. So I'll do some of that stuff. But for this, I'll I'll do that. So I guess for the Tempesta, I will actually do the las carbine, which is a full follow along. Now normally you'd have them with a pistol and a melee weapon, but I feel like this is a bit more encompassing because Buck is the leader of that squad. So auto mod. I didn't even realise I had auto mod on. Apologies. These guns are the same species as them. They're probably one of the only factions that are objectively evil in my game. War breeders, basic inbred underground guns. So what's the premise behind the guns being the same species as them? That's interesting. Right, let's make an attempt on this. Oh, living weapons, right, okay, yeah. I was sure that was it. I just didn't want to make the wrong assumption. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. That's a cool, interesting faction. Any faction that are objectively evil, okay. What am I looking for? A3 and A4. This is all high numbers. Oh, it can be on here. This is A1. Let's do this one. I feel like the sun's betraying me again. Let me turn that off. I think that looks a bit better. There we go for now. Where's A2? Oh, I forgot to ask. Unchained, how you doing today? Been busy, been chilling. Good. Very good, very nice. where's A4? Oh, some thimbly bits. Anything I don't like. Oh, change of plans. Battlefield. You had me at Battlefield. Oh dear. Okay, cool. Well, again, if you want a partner, I can come on for a bit as well. I'll just have a couple of bits to sort out after the stream, and then I'll be on. We'll get our pass for Battlefield 6 sorted out. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Helldivers might be a shout actually. I don't think we've played. Need to get you up, your level up a little bit on Helldivers. To be fair, Helldivers is not a bad shout. And to be fair, now that we know about like how far we are in the past of 2042, it's like I don't feel as stressed to get on and keep on it. If you know what I mean. I've cut that out. Was it? Yeah, there's 2 bits. There it is. To be fair saying that, I could play some Helldivers actually. I feel like in the mood for it. 23, 22. Oh, this chap has his own thing. Wow. Oh, he's got the light beacon thing on his back. That's right. These Aquilons are going to be interesting to paint. I need to like properly plan out like how I paint the armor up and stuff. What's happened there then? Ha! Ha! Clearly proud of the Sims gameplay going on, which is good. I'm gonna get all the weapon stuff first before I start building this chap. I know that's saying to do it differently, but I don't want to do it that way. just looking ahead because, I can. The Quillon Grenadier looks cool. I think I'd want that body with the plasma or the melter. But we'll get to that problem when it turns up. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's this bacon got hold the hell on? What's all this then? Two. Sixteen, 17. I hope you're not asking. Wow. If. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Haha, yeah, if you trust me. I think Saturday we might actually see. No, it's Sunday, isn't it? We might see Sabrina. Saying that, I've been right. I need to see if Chris is coming or not. I can't remember. I feel like we asked him, but I actually can't remember. You need about 2 slices. You can get out of it. It goes through vetting and double checking by me first. Thank you very much. That's true. That's right. I do get baked for. You're correct. I won't. I still want it though. But yes, you're right. I do get spoiled. Thank you. That's all cool, Faye. No worries. You just missed a lot of talk about banana cake. So. I'm assuming that's meant to say this is a typical GW mistake. I think this is meant to say 132. So I'm going to clip that off. Because I've already clipped off number 2. think that's everything, yeah. Okay, right, let's get this Aquilon built. Minus the head, obviously. So we need to put in... Oh, we put the chest on first. That's done, and then... This cable goes on this way. Oh, cool. Okay. Right, let me... Oh no, I've put it in. I couldn't get it out. Oh no. A copy of it. See, I enjoy Warhammer and Trench Crusade art and lore all day, but I do not enjoy the aspect of that. Okay, so in my game, so I'm trying to see if I can do all the work without all of that in my game. So such any power villages that get worshipped. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, especially Trench Crusade, super heavy on religious stuff. I think one of the episodes of the podcast we did, I felt like I had to kind of explain that there would be like making religious topical discussion on Trench Crusade just to clarify, because yeah, it's quite heavy on that. But yeah, that's cool. If you're doing a game where it's not necessarily got that really strong, that's good to read as well. Especially if it's all like nature and creatures and living organism focus. I think that suits hand in hand, not needing to have the religious element in there. I haven't considered the bases for these. Oh dear. I feel like these Aquilons need to be on city bases because I'm doing the ODST. So that's what I'll try and put these on without putting the base on it. before I put the backpack on. Also, the medicine is based on metabolism. Okay, that's cool. This is a natural issue called resin that trees produce, but as the world slowly desertifies, there are fewer and fewer trees to feed. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Interesting choice with the resin, because obviously resin can be harmful to the environment if it's not disposed of correctly. So I like that twist on there. Twist on that with the trees having a natural resource of that. So that's pretty cool. So with the trees, if there's fewer trees to feed the insects, would they end up being like objectives to like control or capture within the game if it had like a narrative play? Oh right, okay, yeah. I realised as I said it, I was like, I bet it's just the verbiage and not me, not what I'm saying like an idiot. But yeah, cool, okay, that makes sense. Oh, I was saying, with it being that you've got fewer and fewer trees to feed the insects, it would the insects be like the insects with the trees? Sorry, be a like a objective to control or like have a conflict over in the game. If it was, and would it be like if it was a narrative player, or is it kind of like a skirmish? Just casually lost an arm. Oh no, I didn't. I never snipped it off saying I lost an arm. What a lie. It's got dark because I think it's going to rain, so put this on. Sorry, just so I can see. Exactly. Centre playing field and 4 tiles away from each player's starting point. There's a tree that generates resin points. If you stay next to it for it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, I educated guess on my part. Yeah, that's cool. I like that concept. Put that on. Is that thunder? There might be a thunderstorm rolling in, ladies and gentlemen. Each place starts with 3 resin points to spend on channeling forms, magic, but you can say up to 7 of them to automatically win. Oh, okay, cool, that's cool. And I guess each person, how does the the opponent take away those points so that you can't build up to 7 of it? Is it just controlling the objectives, or there other things that you can do? Raining here by me. Yeah, it's just got dark. It's pouring down. Yeah, it's got dark, but I'm not seeing any rain yet. But that big grey cloud I can see, so I have to turn the light on because it's got dark. Now, speaking of baking, I think of Sabrina when I'm saying this, but I feel like this is like, shepherd's pie sort of weather maybe, especially of a particular caliber that Sabrina makes maybe. I don't know. Aha, there we go. Yeah, I can definitely hear the thunder. Just haven't seen the rain yet. Yes, I am baiting you to make a shepherd's pie. Thank you. There's no ceiling resin. That would be OP considering 3. Oh, okay, right, fair enough. Okay. So you can't. No one can take it away. It's just controlling the points and getting to 7. That's weird though. How's it raining by you? You're literally like 10 minutes down the road, and it's not raining here. It's just dark. Yeah, that shepherd's pie would be banging right now. I could eat that. Oh, that's the first Aquilon. He's done. Nothing unique other than following the instructions. And then I'm going to get the ODST helmets printed out. And I'm probably going to get some like city bases to put them on to get printed, 3D printed as well. So, yeah. You know the meme with the kid? Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that sounds about right. The resin points is by victory points in Catan and the command points. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they're good places to draw the resin idea from, to be fair. That makes sense. Especially the way you've explained it as well. How much longer we got? We've got about half an hour. I think I'll try and make another one of the Aquilons before we finish. And then that'll be it for this week, I think. But yeah. Let's see what we got next. Yeah, I don't know. Cool, thank you. Yeah, I can't. There's a few files I've seen that I like the look of for their helmets, so I've just got to make sure they're the right scale, and then I can get them printed out and stuff. And then yeah, as I said, like it'll then be doing the paint schemes and stuff as well that match the ODST. But yeah, the Grenadier looks cool, but I don't like that the Grenadier. I don't want the pistol and the bomb, even though I think Mickey was the explosive specialist, but I'd rather him have a physical weapon. So maybe I can see if I can. Can I give him the grenade equipment? That's the trouble. Is it whether I can give him the grenadier body, and then give him the weapon, because if the weapon's close to the chest, I think that might be difficult. Yeah, it looks like it might be a tad difficult for me. Now from the looks of it, it's just a normal... Yeah, because I could give him the... Oh wait, how many actual models is in this? Actually, maybe, hang on, maybe I'm tripping and I've got enough. It's one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I think there is 10. Okay. Damn, I'm torn between the grenadier now. What to do? Because I feel like I prefer him to have the weapon. I think regardless, the body's the same. Oh, there's some rain. The rain's rolling in. Oh, the variant is 61. Yeah, I feel like the melt is going to be too close. And if there's enough gap on the right, I could potentially put the grenades, some grenades there to make that fit in. I've got an idea. I'm going to make the chest. Oh no. Yes, I can dry fit the chest, then put that weapon on and test it from there. Okay. Right. What body? A51. I don't see A51 on this one. It's definitely not on this one. I feel like the instructions to the numbers are a little bit incorrect in this booklet, which is a bit annoying. Although I say that, I did just see the chest that was completely missed. There's the 53. There's the chest for 53. Right, so I'm still looking for A51. You guys can probably even see it. 73, 96, 87. I feel like it's this one that says it's 39. I feel like it's incorrect. Oh no, there's 39. Okay, that part's not correct. That part is correct. Oh, the heavy rain cometh. Actually, speaking of weather, Faye, in your game that you're making, do you have any like weather events that affect the game in any way? Hang on, apparently I've already. I must be going mad. Apparently I've already clicked out I already clicked out 51. Did anyone see me do that though? That is the question. Please don't tell me I'm missing a body. I shouldn't be. Oh, I was just curious because I figured because of the weather, maybe there's something you've got in there. But okay, well, never know. Maybe a version 2. Does it have? I can't recall if they've added in. No, they don't really have weather stuff. I guess it's more narrative play. Like you can decide like the planets you're on and stuff like that. But there's nothing like confidently where it's like confidently like, oh yeah, there's weather that affects things. Like you have stuff like cover and shelled out areas and stuff like that, but nothing like no weathering that I recall. I haven't played for a little while, so it's probably something that's eluding me. Right, I'm getting concerned that I'm actually missing a piece. I feel like it might be in the box. Or I've clicked it and turned over the page. I bet I've clicked it and turned over the page now. Also, I have an idea for a faction that I haven't worked on. What's the idea? What's the faction? Where the devil's that body gone? I can't have snipped it out. I've surely not gone mad. Completely yet, anyway. I dropped it here. Let me check. No, I haven't dropped it. It's not on me. I'll have to check the box for that one. Okay, so I can't make that one right now. That's annoying. So I guess I'll move on to the next one till I get the box out. Otherwise I'm going to have to email GW and tell them I'm missing a body. How jarring. Yeah, I definitely didn't snip it out. I'm going mad. I guess what I can do is I'll snip out everything that involves this body, and at least it's all there and ready then. It used to be called the Sunstones for the religious aspects they had, so I thought, what instead of being all fancy and white and solar, it's sort of their dark red and covered in iron scales, just like the one, that one, Deep Sea, yep. Tried designing multiple times, but none of them designs stuck, so this is the third time. That's got to be the charm. Yeah, well, hopefully you can figure that out. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I like the idea of using like the deep sea snail sort of design with the strong shell with iron scales and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, hopefully you figure it out the third time. Like you said, third time's a charm, so I reckon you will. 60, 60, 58. Oh, 58, there was 60, I think the other one was. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, A57. 60. 59, let me clean these up. Your Discord. I have Discord. I don't use it all that much, if I'm honest. But you're welcome to. Hang on, where's my Discord username? I should really make a Discord for the podcast, but. Okay, let me just do that now. Let me get your name. No, I probably won't stream any games after, just to give it a bit of a break. Sean might check if Sean Unchained might. If he does, then yeah, you can obviously catch us on that side. Cool, I just sent that. I'll give you a follow as well. Cool, Fav. You're welcome to send me some of the art you've got. That'd be cool. As I said, I don't use Discord all the time, so I apologise if you have a message and I don't reply. It's just that I'm not on. Yeah, I'll let you know if we do a stream or turn anything on. I'll share it on Instagram anyway. 56 and 55. Plus, I don't know if you want to see, when Sean decides that he wants to call in support on Helldivers and decide to do it behind my back, and then when he kills me, I thought you saw what behind me. Yeah, so I don't know if you want to see that, to be honest. There we go. The beam can be as massive as it wants. If I'm not paying attention to the beam and it's behind me, there's no way for me to see it. Yeah, I think I'll probably get this last chat clipped out, and then that'll probably be where I end the stream for today. Just because, as I said, I've got a few bits to do, and then I'll probably jump on with Sean. But as I said, I'll let you know if I decide, or if Unchained decides to stream on his one, then we'll let you know. Faye, if you've already followed us on Twitch, you'll get the notification from me. But if not, you can follow us on Instagram, PixelForgePodcast, as well. If you have that social media, and then yeah, and you'll get notified there as well whenever we go live or any updates happen. Also, don't worry, I can hear you open and close this at the same time. Oh yeah. Yeah, once I've ended the stream, I'll have a proper look. But the stuff that you've sent already is pretty cool. Yeah, see, that's number 3. Oh, I unchanged. Cool, yeah, sweet. Oh, awesome. Then yeah, there's no way for you to miss it then. 61. 62, 63. Yeah, Pixel Forge plays. Yeah, I sent that link earlier on. Yeah, the podcast is on YouTube now, so you can catch that there if you so wish. If you don't use Spotify, and I've made some changes so that the because the YouTube's slightly behind the Spotify, so I've done it so you'll be able to, it'll catch up. So I've done 2 episode releases now on YouTube at a time, so it should catch up at some point with the rest of the podcast when it goes on Spotify. So I guess if it gets really close, it seems like it's dragging it out, I'll probably just do a bit of a dump and release a few episodes at once to make sure it's all there, if you know what I mean. Yeah, no. This week's episode won't be. It's because I basically what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to upload all of the videos and release them all at once, and then not get a traction on it, because I was worried that if I just released them all at once, obviously you'll pick a few and then not watch the rest. So I was giving it like a weekly thing, but it should catch up now eventually. And then I'll gauge it, and then if the double up hasn't really made much difference, like you said, I might just release the whole lot. Cool. See you in a minute, Faye. So yeah, we'll see anyway. We'll see how that works, if the multiple upload works or not. Yeah, because I was just worried about alienating the releases and then they're not getting at least even if it's a couple of views. I'd worry that I'd do the whole lot and then we'd only get a few views and the rest of it wouldn't. Oh, I didn't do 55. And then I need a 2 and 64. There's 64. Yeah, that's fair. No strike. Yeah, makes sense. To be honest, me and Sabrina have been going in the evenings, and like, I'll meet Sabrina at hers, and then we drive there. So we're not so bad enough to worry. We could even walk there, but yeah, I get if it was me. If I was still going Oxford Circus, I wouldn't be going up there this week. I'll tell you that much. And then don't think that's it. I think the bulk's on the other side. Yeah. Oh, did I do? Yeah, I done that right. And then. Oh yeah, you'd know about the buses. I don't envy you at all. That's crazy. And have you seen that there might be more, the Elizabeth line might strike, and there might be bus strikes as well. Did I put the Aquilon stuff in here? I don't know if I did. I mean, this is new Aquilon, so I'll probably put that in here. Yeah, I'll probably put the new Aquilon stuff in here. Assuming it's 33, 34. Yeah. Right, okay, so that's the Aquilon done, other than the body. I'm going to, just before I start sorting out, I'm going to get the box down and see if the body's broken off in the box, and then I can probably make that one off stream. I think I'll leave the rest of this project till I stream next week as well. And if I don't, then between now and then I'll try and get the heads printed and get them at least prepped and primed to paint, even though the weather is getting worse and priming is not as lucrative as it could be. Oh no. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to call it there. Faye, if you're still there, I'm heading off now. If you, I know we dropped a viewer, so Faye's gone. Apologies. I'm sure if you watch this back, appreciate you joining and sharing your art as well for your game is really, really cool. And you'll be able to watch that again if you're watching this on YouTube. I don't have any of the stuff, but I'm sure you'll be able to get it soon at some point. And yeah, that's everything this week. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, PixelForgePodcast, YouTube, PixelForgePlays, and obviously on Twitch as well, PixelForgePodcast. Follow us on there. And if you want any hobby goodness, follow Starline Forge, and you'll see some of the stuff get uploaded on there as well for all your hobby needs. Do you know what I mean? But otherwise, yes, thank you very much for joining. Thank you for being here, friends. Appreciate it. It's been a good stream. but I'm off to do some stuff and then probably play Battlefield. No, even I was going to say Battlefield Helldivers with Unchained until I have to go gym. Obviously, Jamila, you could join us, but you're not. Appreciate you all. Thanks for joining, and I'll catch you next week for the next stream. Bye bye.